Captain Clutch, Captain Cross, any other names we came up with for you over the course of the last year. Tommy, good to see you back here in training camp getting underway. When you have a chance now to sit back and kind of reflect on what last season was for you, where does it rank on the list of most fun seasons, most meaningful seasons you've had in your career?
Yeah, I think this summer provides a great chance to look back and reflect and recap. And man, it was a blast. It was a ton of fun for me. It was probably the most fun I've had playing hockey since college. And I think the reason is just we had success as we went along, and I think the relationships in the locker room with the staff, with the fans, with the front office, I think all of it was so positive, and it was just a ton of growing, and everyone was growing together. So a lot of fond memories, and I think, like I said, the summer was when you really recap and revisit all those fun memories. And then I think I've noticed the last couple weeks here, once you get back in the building, it kind of fades towards the background, and the competitiveness starts to come back up, and you're like, all right, we got to get back to where we were last year and then get even further.
When you talk about things like those relationships, that camaraderie, I know people out there who watch hockey, they understand that the togetherness of a group really allows you to go long distances, go on these playoff runs, achieve such great things. What exactly goes into that? Like, for people who don't understand just how closely knit this group is last year and into this year as well, with so many guys returning, how can you describe what that is like?
I know it's difficult. It's difficult to explain, and I think if you look at media or video from the end of the season for probably 30 teams across the league, most of them would say, well, it's disappointing. The season's ended. We had such a great group of guys, or a great locker room. I think a lot of teams would say that. So it's not unique to us, but I think it just starts with the people in the room. We've got great people in our room. I think that's kind of the base of the relationships, and then I think you go through things over the course of the year. You get to know people closer. You have some adversity. You have some success. And I think that's where the culture and the relationships kind of flourish and develop. And then if you get to play long enough into playoffs and then a couple rounds, I think that's where you really see how close you've come, how close you've become as a group. And it's really special and fun to be a part of.
Let's flash back to June 15th. Game 7, Laval. This building, this city, ready to just erupt. Were you in the moment? Do you even have time to kind of savor what that moment was like, or are you just blacked out, focused on the task at hand in that situation? Have you had a chance to kind of think back to just how monumental a night that was for hockey in this city?
Yeah, it was really special. I think about that quite a bit, and the buzz and the energy that was in the city, in the arena, around the team was, I'll always remember that. I think as a team, we were coming off a Game 6 that we weren't very happy with, so I think you're just so programmed over the course of the year that if you lose a game, you want to bounce back. And I think that's what we did, and I think it helped keep us in the moment. I think now, a few months out, looking back on it, I think I just have a ton of appreciation for the fans, for the organization, for my teammates, for it was just a great environment, and it was really special for us as a group to be able to win that game and advance around, and I know it meant a lot to hockey in this area.
Now for the part that we don't like to revisit, 25th of June. How much do you want to have that memory in the back of your mind as motivation, or to look at it a different way, do you wipe the slate clean and start new, or do you want to remember that feeling of we were this close? How do you kind of weigh that?
Yeah, I think everyone does it differently. For me, I look across the ice and I see the other team celebrating, and I say I want to have that feeling. So that sticks with you. And it's already been brought up. Like, we've had some success here with this group, but at the end of the day, we didn't get to where we wanted to go, which was to win a championship. So I think that fuels your fire, and we're hungry to have the same successes and adversity and triumphs and all that stuff again this year and go through it all, and then try to put ourselves in a position to get back into playoffs, win some rounds, and then try to win a big trophy.
It's not altogether common to have so many returning pieces from a club, especially in the American Hockey League, the way the league is kind of designed and what I guess the philosophy of this league is. Can you kind of speak to how nice it's going to be to have a really, really high sense of continuity among this group heading into the season with some pretty darn good new weapons added as well?
Yeah. To your point, it's there's so much turnover both year to year and even game to game, month to month. Throughout the season, you go through so many bodies and call-ups and injuries, and then the seasons I've been a part of, it's like a whole new group comes in and a group leaves. So, but with this year, I feel like there's a lot of guys back. A lot of our young guys that are in the Blues organization have continued to develop, and they're in year 2 or 3 or 4. And I consider those guys kind of like the core of our team. They play big roles, and they're young and they're developing, and they're important pieces of the organization. So it's exciting to have a lot of guys back. I think the coaches do a great job. They talk about we use the phrase like the program that we have here, and I think when you view it as a program, there's a certain way we do things. There's a culture. There's certain roles that everyone has. It makes it everyone takes ownership in it, and we all want to move along together and have success together versus 30 new guys come in every year and have their own goals and own goals and own kind of dreams for that year. This is more of like a team and a program.
What's your message to the 6,800 that'll be in here a week from Saturday?
Ready to start from scratch and build again. We've got a lot to get done. We've got a lot of hurdles to overcome, and like I said, adversity and wins to get, winning streaks, losing streaks. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. We're excited for it, and we appreciate all the support we've had. The seasons that I've been here, and especially last year. And we try to put a good product on the ice to give the fans something to cheer about, because we know and appreciate the support that they give.
There will be one banner going up next Saturday. The hope is that a year from now, 2 will be going to the Raptors here at the Mass Mutual Center. Tommy, thanks for joining me.
Of course, thanks.